community, it's me, JC, back again. First off, thank you everyone. I posted on Instagram that yesterday I got in a car crash, and a lot of you reached out to me and hoped that I was okay and my family was okay. I really do appreciate it. I am okay. My car is completely messed up, but we'll see what happens. But I also got flooded with Instagram messages about asking me, please tell us, do a sound comparison, give us as much information as you possibly can about the new box set. People are very excited about the Skid Row box set, that is. So what I did was I really concentrated on Slave to the Grind because I know that they had a reissue last year. And that reissue was, lambasted by Sebastian Bach in a now infamous video. For those of you that don't know the backstory, Slave to the Grind was released Black Friday of last year by Run Out Groove, which is a great label, and I absolutely love Run Out Groove. But Sebastian Bach made a video on Black Friday, or right around Black Friday, where he was basically comparing it to an original OG press and lambasting it, saying that, it didn't sound good as the original press. Now, I no longer have my original press. As most of you know, I sold my record collection about 4 or 5 years ago, and over the last 4 years, I've been rebuilding it, but I did own an original press back in the day, and my biggest complaint with the original press was that it was on one disc, and this is an album that's over 50 minutes long, so there was a lot of, I felt like as you got deeper into the album, you were losing sound quality, you were getting inner groove distortion. So the first press of the album, even though, yeah, it did sound good, I feel like as you got deeper in the album, you definitely lost fidelity. So I was excited to get this reissue, and when it came out, I enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it. But I am going to do a shootout and a comparison compared to the new reissue and show you some of the differences and what my thoughts are on how it sounds. So first off, I took some pictures for some comparison. As you can see, the covers are slightly different in those photos, and the labels are slightly different. What I will tell you is, looking at it, is I do feel that the new issue is a slightly brighter cover than this. It's hard to say. And as you can see in the photos, the gatefold is different, where this one here, I feel like the new issue, which has a brighter cover, has a darker gatefold. Not that really matters, but what you'll notice is with this one, even though this is much brighter, it's also cut off and has some new photos and some liner notes. There's very little notes about the album here. There wasn't an insert or anything. But what I will tell you is I did find out that it's mastered by Greg Moore at FT, which is Final Tweak. It's like vinyl, but with an F. And, that scared me because Greg Moore is, he has mastered a lot of like Moby and Deadmau5 and a lot of electronic artists, a lot of iTunes. So it automatically made me think, oh, goodness, this is probably cut from a high-res digital file, which it could be. I'm not sure. They say they use the original analog tapes, but we know that a lot of times they take those analog tapes, like Pink Floyd or like what the Beatles have done, and they make a high-res digital file, and they cut the album on that. So I was a little bit nervous. Let's just say that. So I did a comparison. What I did was I listened to a song, listened to on one album, on the new album, listened to on last year's reissue, back and forth, which was a little difficult because the Run Out Groove has 4 extra songs. So this one does not have the extra tracks, which Run Out Groove does. But there's a plus and minus to that. So for giving an example, on the current reissue, side 2 starts off with Quicksand Jesus, where Quicksand Jesus is the last song on side 1 of the Run Out Groove reissue. So if that makes sense. So there's 4 less songs. So essentially 1 less song on each track, on each side of the album. So that really plays in the favor of the new issue, to be completely honest with you, because what I noticed was with the 4 less tracks, obviously there's a lot less inner groove distortion because there's less music spread across those 4 sides. Quicksand Jesus, like just to give you an example, that was a song I noticed a big difference on. I do feel that with the current reissue, even though I do like the Run Out Groove issue from last year, with the current reissue, there was definitely more space. I felt that I could hear, especially like Quicksand Jesus, the reason why I keep pointing that one out, is at the end, Sebastian Bach has got this kind of like solo, you know, with his voice where he's hitting this high note, and you can really hear the different, how they layered it, how they layered his voice to get that effect, you know, like he hits a high note and then it comes back. And then the separation between the drums and the bass and guitar, I could really hear the difference of the instruments. And it was a very, very enjoyable listen. So I really enjoyed the new reissue. That being said, I would not be shocked if it's a digital file, like we talked about earlier. But compared to the Run Out Groove, I do feel it's a step up in the sense that you're getting a slightly higher fidelity. And it was a noticeable difference on certain tracks. But that being said, you know, the 4 extra songs on Run Out Groove is pretty cool. So I'm going to keep that reissue too, obviously, because I do like to have the 4 extra tracks. I will tell you that while listening to this album, you know, it kicks off with Monkey Business and Slave to the Grind. It's just such an assault on your ears. It's so killer. Those 2 tracks rule. But the standout tracks for me, In a Darkened Room, that was fantastic. Riot Act, Mud Kicker, Wasted Time. Those last 4 songs on, you know, side D just were like, blew me away. So killer. They sound fantastic. So that is my comparison between the box set, the new 2021 box set, Slave to the Grind, compared to the Run Out Groove reissue. So I would tell you that it's worth it. I enjoyed it. I felt like the fidelity was there. The sound quality was great. The songs are great. If you get the opportunity, go pick it up. All right, guys. Peace. Rock out. Love you guys. Bye.